Hey guys, and welcome back to a new HFC Quick Look. Today we're going to be playing LEGO Marvel Superheroes 2, and this one was both selected and funded by Deimos, so thank you very much, mate. I've got Stefan, Games Enlisted, with me here today. He's on loan, shall we say, from Find the Computer Room, and he's the only one who I could find on short notice who actually reads comic books regularly. How you doing, mate?
What am I doing here?
I stole you. You are ours now, forever. Oh, ignore that. You didn't see a previously played save game where I fucked up massively.
It's almost like retakes are a thing.
No, lies, propaganda.
You know what? I'm actually glad that I'm here because this is the one time that I'm allowed to talk about comics without being told about how much to shut up about talking about comics. So, good.
So, yeah, what are you reading right now, Stefan?
I am reading a fair bit amount of comics. Like my biggest ones I'm reading are Spider-Gwen and Hawkeye, which are my two favorites. I'm reading all the other Spider-Man stuff, like Miles Morales, Amazing Spider-Man, Renew Your Vows, Gwenpool I'm loving, the current Avengers, All New Wolverine, Secret Warriors, which just got cancelled and I'm mad about, Ms. Marvel, Deadpool, whole bunch of junk. But no, not junk because it's great.
Well, a lot of people can call comics junk, but they transport us to new worlds and whatnot, and, wow, this is... I'm gonna assume that the comics version of The Guardians isn't nearly as MCU as this, although redundant statement.
It's best not to think about it.
What's funny is that technically yes, but the comics have like turned themselves into the movies, so this is basically like now in the current like version of the Guardians of the Galaxy comics, Peter Quill's ship is now suddenly called the Milano, and he suddenly is starting to like listen to like more of the music, and he suddenly has tapes, and he's suddenly a lot more goofy, and I'm like, I don't really care for like the sudden like complete change in personalities. Like I think that's why Rocket and Groot are my favorite, because across all mediums they're pretty much exactly the same.
Yeah.
Like Peter Quill's original version is literally just Space Cop with daddy issues.
Aww. Yeah, I've had a chance to watch Guardians 2 yet, but at the time we're recording this, yesterday was my 29th birthday, November 24th, and I watched Spidey Homecoming for the first time, and I fucking loved it. It might actually be my favourite Spidey film now.
I don't know what's my favorite Spider-Man film. I really like I think a lot of them like each do something really good.
Yeah, like Spider-Man 1, you get to marvel at Willem Dafoe being Willem Dafoe. Spider-Man 2 is just an expertly crafted film. It's got a great villain, a great story, great acting, great music, great pacing. Spider-Man 3 has a lot of things, and then the amazing
Spider-Man 3's got good action sequences and a really good designed Venom, even though he doesn't really do much. And Sandman, everything to do with Sandman is great.
Sandman's pretty fucking hype. And the Amazing Spider-Man films, which I've never watched and probably never will, because I don't care for their choice of Peter Parker. I don't care for just how dark it is, and
well, Amazing Spider-Man 1 was that, but Amazing Spider-Man 2 is pretty light. Like, it's not nearly as dark as Amazing Spider-Man 1 was.
Oh, I see. So they saw the writing on the wall. It's like, oh man, we should line this up a bit, and then Marvel got the rights to make Spider-Man.
Amazing Spider-Man, like, Andrew Garfield was pretty great as Spider-Man. Like, he wasn't really that good as Peter Parker, but he was amazing as Spider-Man himself. Like, his quips and his, like, the way... All of the Spider-Man stuff in Amazing Spider-Man 2 was pretty great. It's just everything else was completely bloated and, like, mess. It was just... It was more disappointing because the good was very good and the bad was really bad.
Yeah, just going back to Spidey Homecoming for a second. Can we talk about how good Michael Keaton is? Like, holy shit.
Yes.
The Vulture. Best MCU villain today. Keep in mind, I haven't seen Thor Ragnarok, and I obviously haven't seen Guardians 2 just yet, so...
I still would put Loki above him just because Loki's been in so many more movies, so he's had much more development. But technically, if we're looking at just a solo character in one movie, villain character, then yeah, Michael Keaton as the Vulture.
If we survive
Just the car scene. Just the car scene is... Oh, that was perfect.
I think I held my breath throughout the whole thing. I was like scared to breathe in case he'd shoot me. It's like, I'm not even dating your daughter. I'm like twice her age. Leave me alone. Confession time, by the way. This is the second time we're playing this. I got a bit lost in the whole Lego kerfuffle because it was all a bit visually overwhelming. Because obviously it's all made out of Lego pieces and whatnot. Fucking Drax. And yeah, the last time I played a Lego game was Harry Potter Years 1 to 4. What was the last time you played a Lego game, mate? Which game was it?
Lego Dimensions, earlier this year.
Huh.
That was... That was a really funny game because I really enjoyed just because mostly because the humor, like the writing of it all was just so wonderful. Especially the Sonic one.
Oh yes, I was going to get into Lego Dimensions because I really like the look of the Doctor Who one. And then they went and cancelled the thing, so fuck that noise. Toys for Life can go fuck itself.
Like the Lego Dimensions was like of all those like toy to game things, I think Lego Dimensions was the perfect one.
Yeah.
Because like the toys, like they were Legos, but they were like actually like you built your own you built all the Legos yourself and stuff like so they worked better. Unlike the other types of games there where they're just statues that use as toys, these were like actually like you build your own like version of the toys and you could also play with them.
Yeah.
Each of like the story packs were like full-on games in themselves. Like the Sonic Dimensions one is a Sonic game.
Yeah, very
like,
much so.
Full. The Ghostbusters one was like its own little Lego Ghostbusters one, which is all really cool.
And you obviously can play as all 12 Doctors and the Doctor Who one. Although maybe if it lasted a bit longer, you could play as the 13th Doctor.
That would be cool.
Jodie, whatever her second name is. I can fly! Huh.
Jodie Whittaker.
There you go. I've never seen her act in anything, but apparently she's good.
Attack the Block. Attack the Block is amazing.
Ah, I see.
It's great that the two actors... Like, Attack the Block is like one of the most underrated movies of the 2010s. And it's great that the two main actors of that movie are now the co-lead of Star Wars and the Doctor.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy. Although I've got to say, I'm trying to care. This is tangentially related because, you know, Marvel and Star Wars are both owned by Disney now. And I'm trying to care about The Last Jedi, but I just don't. I'm sorry.
Shakes my head.
Well, you can SMH all you want, but it's not getting me any more excited.
It looks so good.
Alright, I guess we'll put out the fires with this. Wait, what Marvel superhero has the power to extinguish flames? Hydro Man? Oh no, he was a psychopath in the 90s cartoon.
Well, anything with like fire or ice power. I was gonna say Iceman, but nope, no mutants allowed in this.
Oh, Jesus! I'm not like sighing because of that. I'm not scoffing because of that thing. It's the whole Bobby. You're gay. Really?
I didn't have a problem with Bobby being gay. Like the execution of like, oh, it's suddenly happened now. Like with the adult version, I would say it's kind of weird how it comes out of nowhere. But with the teen version of Iceman being gay, I'm like, okay, the teen version was just introduced recently. It makes sense.
Yeah, but he was like, he was all into women and whatnot, was Iceman as a teenager, so he would have been bi at the very least. Why do I even care about this? I don't even read comics. Like, Jesus Christ.
You're one of those people who complain about how terrible comics are when they don't even read them.
Oh, don't tar me with that brush. You know I'm much more reasonable than that.
No, I know you're not as bad as those people, but those people really piss me off. Like the ones who are just like they use those three words that I'm not gonna say because it makes me so angry.
Wow.
Those 3 letters that
yes.
they just use as excuse of why something is terrible when it doesn't even make any sense.
I get you. But we're not here to have that kind of discussion. We're here to play as Drax the Destroyer and do a thing here. And yes, this is a tapping one. It's basically God of War. Do I have to... There we go. No. Oh, no. Oh, it's circle. I'm an idiot. I was pressing the attack button. Well, he'd kind of fit into a God of War, would Drax, if you think about it.
Drax wouldn't know what a square or a circle is anyway.
Did they make him even more silly in the second film?
Yeah, basically.
Okay.
He's a lot more goofier. He has this like running gag with the character Mantis, where he just kind of like makes fun of how ugly she looks, but he's like, "Oh no, that's a compliment." But it's like, "Oh, but you're hideous." It's funny. It sometimes goes on a bit like it goes a bit too far, but. And now the best character... I just realized he's not Baby Groot. He's Groot Small. That's ridiculous.
Rocket, do you have anything that can destroy this reinforced metal?
Of course I do. I'm a rocket-wielding raccoon. It's literally in my name.
Unlike some of you, I'm always prepared for situations like this.
That's either his original voice actor or Nolan North. It couldn't be anyone else.
It's not his... Well... It's not the movie actor because they're not going to get Bradley Cooper for this. The only like quote unquote movie actor that I recognized looking at the IMDb page was the voice of Kang, who is Peter Serafinowicz, who was also in Guardians of the Galaxy 1.
Yes, he was. What a bunch of a-holes.
He's one of my favorite like actors who will just appear in like he'll just show up in something and I'll be like, oh, it's him. I love seeing like anytime he shows up in anything, like in Spaced and Shaun of the Dead.
Oh yes. I've had a craving to, this isn't really related to Peter, but I've had a craving to rewatch Hot Fuzz ever since I saw it pop up on Netflix last night, so I think I know what I'm doing after we're done recording video games for the internet.
I rewatch Hot Fuzz like all the time because it's my favorite movie.
Oh, it's good taste. What's my favourite movie? I can think of a movie I watched all the time when I was a teenager. That was AI, Artificial Intelligence.
That's an interesting choice.
Interesting is a word that you use when you're trying to be polite and you don't know how to phrase things correctly.
Well, it's more like I've never seen someone say AI is their favorite. Like it's not a good choice, not a bad choice. It's like, oh, that's a unique choice.
There you go. Maybe unique is a better, more polite word than interesting.
I've only seen AI like once, and I was just like, that was weird.
Imagine if Haley Joel Osment was part of the MCU. Like, who would he even play?
Who would a Haley Joel Osment play? Like, who would he be a good, like, Haley Joel Osment now? Like, who would he be a good choice?
Oh, I just thought of a horrible joke. He could be MODOK, because his head's big, but his face is really small.
You know what? Voice-wise, you know what? Like, CGI, like his face onto MODOK, it'd be like... the MCU kind of already had MODOK. They had what's his face? Toby Jones like had like their version of MODOK in Winter Soldier.
Oh, I fucking love Winter Soldier.
Is so good.
Might actually be a bit better than Civil War, honestly, just consistency wise.
I like Civil War a little bit more, just because I feel like what it's doing works a lot better.
I think Civil War is better in the wake of Spidey Homecoming, because, like, you get the feeling that there is a lot of stuff going on, like, outside of it. It feels like a very contained movie, ironically, even though everything led up to that was pretty engrossing, you know?
Although what always bothered me about Spider-Man Homecoming is they always talk about, oh, Peter wants to join the Avengers, like, oh, he wants to be part of the Avengers, but I'm like... You do know that the Avengers is literally only Iron Man, right? Iron Man is literally... Everyone else is gone. War Machine is crippled. Vision's depressed. You don't have any more. There is no Avengers. I think it would have been more interesting if it was like, oh, Tony wants to keep Spider-Man around because he's like, I don't have anybody else. All the other Avengers are gone. He is the only other person because the Defenders don't exist.
Yeah.
So...
Look, I don't care about Jessica Jones, I don't care about Luke Cage or Iron Fist. Put Daredevil Charlie Cox in the movies. That's all I want.
I want Jessica Jones, because Jessica Jones is my favorite of all the, not both the characters and of all the shows. She's my favorite.
I know.
Celestial.
Beautiful. See, if this was the final boss of Sonic Forces, maybe I'd be a bit more interested.
Like the super robot, the super Death Egg robot.
Yeah. There are multiple Death Egg robots in that game. It kind of gets confusing.
Like the malicious fingers one. Like make that one the final boss. Like I want that. They keep bringing back the Death Egg robot, like the Sonic 2 Death Egg robot. I'm like, no, bring back the Sonic 3 one. That's the best one.
For sure, yeah. God, I wonder how much that would cost, like a Celestial. Because, you know, in Homecoming, Ned, or whatever his name...
Genki.
Yes.
Genki, it's fucking Genki.
They gave him the name of the dude who became the Hobgoblin, right?
Yeah. Well, who is... Ned Leeds was, like, one of, like, he was one of Peter's, like, original friends when he was in high school. Because contrary to what like he didn't become friends with like Norman, he didn't become friends with Harry Osborn and Gwen Stacy until college. So Ned Leeds was and although Liz Allen was his high school like crush.
Yeah.
So they did keep that.
I like the Spectacular Spider-Man version of Liz Allen.
Spectacular Spider-Man is so good.
We never got a proper ending.
Fuck you.
Thank you. You have weakened him. Or have you? Bite Zadosto!
Zawardu?
No, Zawardo stops time, bites the dusto, or just bites the dust if you want to get less weeb about it, reverses time.
Was that a motherfucking JoJo reference?
It was a motherfucking... What if JoJo was part of the MCU?
I'd rather have My Hero Academia, because that makes more sense.
It does, yeah. Landeku and All Might, and that fucking Fire dude, who is the Fire and Ice dude's dad and whatnot. I'm still going through Season 2 right now. I apologize for the shorthand.
I'm still finishing Season 1. I mean, like, Deku is literally, he's Peter Parker, but what's his name? Bakugo is literally, he's Flash Thompson if he had powers and was more pissed.
Yeah.
Urachaka is basically Gwen Stacy. What's his their other friend? I forget his name. The name is escaping me. Their other friend, who's like the smart guy. He's kind of like the nerdy version of Harry Osborn. Whenever there's a nerdy version of Harry Osborn.
A little bit, yeah. Oh my god. Stay away from death lasers, Christ.
They make cubes.
Yeah, slam down on this thing. Oh. Can you tell I've gone through this boss before, even though it's pretty easy?
There's no time stone here.
Yeah.
There's no Infinity Stones here, which is good.
How do you feel the Infinity Stones have been treated in the MCU so far?
In the MCU, I think they've actually been like... I think it's been really cool how they've been taking like certain like objects that are like certain cosmic objects that are already in like the Marvel universe and making them Infinity Stones. It's like, oh, that's cool. Like the Cosmic Cube is the Space Stone, the Aether is the Reality Stone, the Eye of Agamotto is the Time Stone, which is really cool. Vision is the Mind Stone, and that's pretty cool. What else am I missing? The Orb from Guardians was the Power Stone. And then the only leads we don't know where the Soul Stone is. I had a theory that it was gonna. Well, a lot of people had a theory that the Soul Stone was either gonna be Hela or Heimdall. But spoiler alert for Thor Ragnarok, we don't know where. They don't say where the Soul Stone is in that movie.
That's another film I haven't seen yet. That got really good reviews for Ragnarok.
It's so funny. It's like so hilarious.
I don't mind them aping Guardians a little bit, honestly. Like, if you want to go for it, go for it. Just make an entertaining movie.
It's only aping Guardians in the sense that they use a song, they use like an 80s song, and it's like more comedy. But other than that, like the type of humor that it is completely different from Guardians. Like it's a lot more. It has more British wit, like more dry British wit. Which makes sense, because it's Taika Waititi.
I really like Chris Hemsworth as Thor. I don't think he gets enough credit, because obviously he's acting alongside Chris Evans and Robert Downey Jr. and now Tom Holland, who is Spider-Man to me. I'm sorry, he nailed that role.
it works also. Ragnarok allows him to like he just goes like completely crazy with the comedy. He's super fun. Like he finally gets to like stretch his comedic chops in that.
So much for the gravity booster.
There's a funny scene at the very beginning of the movie where he confronts Surtur, and so he's like trapped out. He's like spinning in this like chain, and he's like, oh, I'm sorry, hold on, I'm turning around. Just wait. Okay, I'm back. You continue your evil speech. And then he like turns around and gets like, oh, hold on, I'm not doing this. I swear, this isn't me. It's doing it himself. It's doing it itself.
Surtur is the giant fire demon, right?
Yeah.
That's at the beginning of the movie?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
The movie starts like with him confronting Surtur. Like it'll make sense when you watch it, but like yeah. But the thing I loved is he's voiced by Clancy Brown.
Oh, yes.
So it's I was listening. It's like this is like I was like this is Cortex. Like he's doing his Cortex voice, and it's great.
Lovely.
It's Cortex mixed with Lex Luthor, and then when he gets angry, he becomes Uka Uka. And it's like so, like he gets that angry, like I'm here, I'm destroy all. And I'm like, oh my god, it's Uka Uka, it's great, Uka Uka on the big screen.
I don't think I'm gonna like fill up the yellow bar here, but what can you do?
I like never fill up the yellow bar, and like whenever I play a Lego game, I'm like maybe I should fill up the yellow bar, but I never end up doing it just because it's like there's like so much that you have to collect. Now you gotta go bounce with Drax.
Slow motion in the air. Drax the Destroyer, played by a wrestler who did a surprisingly good job in the first film.
Dave Bautista is he's a pretty great, like all of the movies that Dave Bautista did, and he's been like a great actor. Like he had a small cameo in Blade Runner 2049, but he was like really good in it. And it wasn't even like he was like a more somber like held back role, but it was like, oh, that's pretty cool.
I gotta say, I'm getting into the game now that I've had like a trial run at it. Like all the Lego game conventions are coming back to me, and it's not overwhelming me as much. So it's probably best that we did a retake.
Yeah, like most Lego games for me, the first time I play them, like for pretty much every Lego game, I like always get stuck at the beginning because I'm like, okay, what am I supposed to do? Like there's so much going on. I'm like, where am I supposed to go? What am I supposed to do? So now you know to stay back and shoot this.
Yes, I was trying to jump over before. That wasn't smart. Alright, I think I'm doing okay. Where's Star-Lord? Because he can do multiple things here.
Groot small.
I'm shooting! Haha! Oh, I remember those things that make up his heart. I used to stick those everywhere.
It looks like the Transformer's heart.
Oh, I see. Now you want me to throw a gravity thing at it. You got it, motherfucker.
Yeah, I noticed that already.
Bye!
I'm talking about the gravity booster in his chest. Think you could use that?
You mean a
What voice of Rocket do you
fuck!
like? Oh no! press the circle.
I didn't see that until it was too late and I almost died.
Yeah, so of all of Rocket's voices, what do you like better? Do you like the Brooklyn asshole accent, or do you like the Cockney accent?
I like the one that was in the movie, because I'm a movie pleb.
Yeah, I like that more, to like, because like the first time I heard Rocket talk was in Marvel vs. Capcom 3, where he had this Cockney accent. I'm like, okay, like that works for that it is. But then I heard Bradley Cooper's version. I'm like, okay, nope, that's the perfect version of Rocket.
Yeah.
And they've mimicked that for all the rest of the stuff.
Can't believe we took down Celestial without the Power Stone. Okay, so Kang is like the main villain in this. What do you know of Kang?
I know he's like one of the Avengers' like main threats. He has weird time travel powers, and that's basically like he's basically just like the evil time travel guy. Like if they want the Avengers to fight a time travel being, they get Kang. Some of the comics kind of like give him some kind of a personality, which is that he's kind of he's kind of an egotist with his whole like, oh, I gotta do this first before I do this, because he's kind of got OCD with his time travel. At least just from this one cutscene, I can feel like this is like more personality than he's given like in other stuff.
So I guess we're going to swap to other heroes soon. How do you feel about the Guardians being like the intro to this game?
I mean, it makes sense considering the Guardians just had their movie that came out, and this is like more like cosmic, like crazy stuff, and the Guardians are kind of the quintessential the gateway drug for Marvel Cosmic, essentially, now.
Basically, yeah. I mean, more power to James Gunn. Like, I keep hearing complaints that 2 is more style over substance, but,
404s and are not found.
If it's good, it's good.
Nice. Timely Comics, that's cool.
Oh, is that a reference?
Yeah, that's Timely Comics was the name of Marvel Comics before they became Marvel Comics, and they'll release like certain like reprints of their comics under the Timely Comics brand. It's like, it's pretty cool.
Wow, I got a lot of studs there.
I think Guardians 2 is better than 1 because it actually goes for something different, and it doesn't play it safe, and it has a lot of like great, excellent character moments, and it gets super emotional. Jesus, that's a lot of characters.
Really? Confirm. I think we'll play a bit of Manhattan Earth, and then we'll call it for this quick look, because we've already done a retake. We're getting on.
Janet Van Dyne.
Daredevil.
She-Hulk. White Tiger.
Yes. Captain Marvel. Doctor Strange.
That Giant Man. Hank Pym.
Yeah, I got him as a minifig. Like, the special edition of this came with a minifig, which is the exact same price as the non-special edition, which I don't really get.
Iron Man, Thor, Spider-Man.
Oh, is he wearing his homecoming suit there? Yeah, he's got the black outlines and whatnot. That's a really good suit.
Yeah, and the Iron Man one, he looks like he's wearing like the most recent one, like the shiny.
See, this I'm more fine with, because it's like, it's using the movie stuff, obviously, but it's got an original storyline, whereas in Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite, it's like, oh, it's using the movie stuff, and it's dealing with the Infinity Stones.
Also stuff, yeah, like Thor is literally the same costume, but then you have like Giant Man and the Wasp, which are basically, since they don't really have movie versions, they're using the comic versions.
Well, the Wasp is going to be in Ant-Man 2, which is going to be pretty interesting.
Yeah. But I mean, like, normally, like, I know in Avengers Assemble, like, the show, they're using Scott Lang and Hope. So I think it's cool at least that they're using Hank and Janet in this. Because, like, normally they've just been, like, only using Scott and... They've only been using Scott and Hope. Which I'm like, I like Scott, but I don't really care for Hope. I much prefer in the comic, like, the comic version of Hope, they have Nadia Pym, who is Hank Pym's long-lost daughter. And she's like a really cool, like, funny, hyperactive, like, character.
Okay, can she fly? Damn right she can fly. I'd be really upset if the Wasp couldn't fly. Like, sorry, I'm not that... Oh, can she shrink, actually? Yeah.
Oh, she can. That's cool. It looks like she's, like, bigger than Cap.
Whee! Aww. Gonna fly by like this. Pew 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 pew.
Incoming call from Nick Fury.
Wasp's a cool character.
I've really read enough, like, of her stuff, honestly.
Yes, Janet, you tell Janet how to control.
Oh, that's it. If I'm going to take instructions from anyone, it's going to be myself, okay?
I mean, Janet is the smart Avenger. Like, she's the smart Avenger.
Oh man, I can't wait for Infinity War, where all the Avengers and whatnot are together. What do you think is going to be like Infinity War beyond? Like, what's beyond this part of the MCU?
So my theory is that since they've said that Avengers 4 is not going to be called Infinity War Part 2, it's going to be called something else. My theory is that it's going to be Secret Wars. It's going to be Thanos gets all the Infinity Stones, rewrites reality, and then Avengers 4 is like Secret Wars. So it's like all the heroes on this like plane of this new plane of existence, and they got to fight whatever. And then my theory is that the next Avengers after that is going to be Secret Invasion. Because the Captain Marvel movie is going to introduce the Skrulls. So it kind of seems like the most likely thing, the most likely Avengers story that's after like, what's the next biggest Avengers story that they can do after that? Well, they've just introduced the Skrulls, might as well do Secret Invasion.
Yeah, for sure.
Which, I mean, it would be, like, especially after Civil War, it'd be like, yeah, take a terrible comic story and make something good out of it.
And that's what they did for Civil War.
And the Earth's Mightiest Heroes already did that with Secret Invasion.
Ooh, nice.
The Earth's Mightiest Heroes version of that is so good.
Hello. Right, so I guess I'm doing a side quest now, or maybe I need to do this to get out of the mansion. I mean, it's not like we could just break a window and get out or anything.
Looks like you gotta build something for Tony.
Wait, but he could... Actually, no, maybe that's a reference. Like, he's gonna build this in a mansion with a box of scraps.
I just... the lie. You built this in a cave! With a bunch of scraps! Is that Gwenpool? Is that Gwenpool?
Yes, it is!
Oh my god, this is the best game ever!
Let me just quickly lay down some sweet tutorial action on you. It'll only take a second.
She's breaking the fourth wall!
Oh my god, it's Gwenpool! I love this game. I also know that Spider-Gwen is in this game, so it is the greatest game of all time.
I think out of the two, I prefer Gwenpool, because she kind of has a personality.
Mystical, pink.
Yeah, Gwenpool's great, just because she's like this completely goofy. She's just so she's crazy and insane. But she also tries her best.
Yeah, you say that a lot. I've noticed. Like, he's trying his best. Miles Morales is boring, but he's trying his best.
Miles Morales isn't boring. He has demons. He has demons that he's fighting against. Like, every time he gets into a fight, he always has to hold back because he's like, my family is troubled. My uncle is a supervillain. Like, am I gonna go that far? Like, there's this great one where he's fighting against Hammerhead, and he just like goes like freaking insane, like knocking out everybody in the bar, and like gets Hammerhead, like he's like bleeding his hands out. He's like, oh shit, I was about to kill this guy.
Oh, this is cute. Like, this is Gwenpool's room, and she's just got comics all over the place.
Gwenpool finally got her wish.
Yeah.
Literally, like, the arc of the comics that are going on right now is Gwenpool trying to join the Avengers. So it's like, huh, she did. That's great.
Explain this to me, Stefan. How canon is Venomverse? Because I have read that, and she dies in there.
Well, Venomverse is, like, a bunch of universe... Have you read Spider-Verse?
Yes, I think so.
Well, Spider-Verse is, like, there's a whole bunch of different, like multiverse things. Like the Gwenpool in Venomverse is a different universe Gwenpool.
Okay.
So it's like a Gwenpool in which she fused with a Venom. Like, it's like a whole different universe.
Okay.
So it's like Venomverse is all about a bunch of Venom characters from all over the universe coming together to fight against a threat that's like killing all the Venoms, which are called the Poisons. So there's like a Venom Captain America, a Venom Ant-Man, a Venom Deadpool, a Venom Ghost Rider, and like all from different universes.
It's okay. Like, some of the art is nice. I don't know if I'd recommend it to, like, you know, regular readers and whatnot, but it was fun.
Venomverse is okay. Like, it's nowhere near as nowhere near as good as Spider-Verse, because it's clearly just a... I'll give them this, that it's like it's its own self-contained thing. Like, people complain about Marvel how like they overload with events and all these events that tie into each other and like take over all the other books. So it's good that it's like a self-contained thing. Like, you don't have to read it if you don't want to. It doesn't like affect anything. Like, if you're reading Venom, you might as well like read that as well. Although even that's not particularly important, I should say.
I'm trying to answer the call, but I've still got studs and stuff to find.
Answer the call, the call of Kang.
Alright, now I just need one more thing, and it's there. Nice.
Now you can build a thing. Is this the not danger room?
This is the trophy room.
Is Jarvis in this game?
Explain to me who Jarvis is.
Edwin Jarvis, because you know how in the movie Jarvis is Tony's robot butler?
Who becomes Vision, yeah.
Yeah, in the comics and like cartoons and stuff. Well, I don't know about like a lot of the cartoons, but in the comics, Jarvis is like Tony's actual butler.
Okay.
He's like just like a regular guy, and I've really liked him in the comics now because he's kind of goofy. He's like goofy, but he's like it's kind of like it's a more goofier version of Alfred essentially.
There we go. Can we escape the mansion now? Can we get beyond Avengers Mansion?
Call Nick Fury. It's Samuel L. Jackson Nick Fury probably. I mean, it has to be. I don't know why it wouldn't be.
Alright. I'm just gonna fix this. What the? Oh, okay, that's a new one.
Turn the controller.
Oh, no! You changed it on me! Playing games. Messing with my expectations. Oh, shut up. You could have easily gone and found all those, Tony, but I guess you just had to be drunk off your ass. Speaking of, I'm kind of glad that they didn't go with the alcoholism storyline for the MCU, because that would just be depressing.
There was a deleted there's a deleted scene of the original opening of Iron Man 2, and it is like really depressing. It starts with him puking in the toilet.
Jeez.
Like the opening credits, like the opening, after the opening, like the studio logo is like him puking in the background, and it's like Jesus. And yep, there's Samuel L. Fury, or Nick Fury Jr., as he is in the comics, because they wanted to have Samuel L. Jackson, Nick Fury in the main universe.
Yeah.
So they're like, how do we do this? Nick Fury has a son who looks like Samuel L. Jackson.
I've seen that one, like, panel where the original Nick Fury is, like, looking through the hospital room, like, door window, or just the window in general, and the mom is like, oh, I shall call you Sam Jr., and then he just runs off and leaves him.
Jonah!
Webcast hosted by me, J. Jonah Jameson.
I can't tell whether that is, what is his name?
J.K. That's not J.K. Simmons.
Oh.
Sadly.
Enough techno babble. Prepare to be informed.
Alright, I'm ready to be informed. We'll see what's going on in Manhattan, and I guess we'll call it, because we're getting on a little bit now.
Oh, and also to go back to Nick Fury, do you know what happened to the regular Nick Fury?
What happened?
He got killed. People found out that he killed Uatu the Watcher. People found out he did that. He got killed, and then the Watchers resurrected him to become the new Watcher.
Huh.
So now, old Nick Fury is like called. He's the Unseen, who's just this like cloaked figure who took the Watcher's place. So
right.
He'll just show up eventually as like this mysterious figure, and I'm like, oh yeah, that's Nick Fury.
Comics are fucking weird.
It was weird. Did you know Galactus is a good guy now?
Sure was.
Oh, I think, yeah, doesn't he like restore life now?
He's the life bringer.
There you go.
And also Doctor Doom is a good guy now, and he's Iron Man.
Sorry, White, you lost me on that last one.
Doctor Doom is a good guy now, and he's Iron Man.
No, I got the good guy part, but he's Iron Man now?
Yeah, because, like, currently in the comics, Iron Man's in a coma, so Doctor Doom, since Iron Man's one of the only people that Doctor Doom, like, respects, he's like, now I should take up the mantle of Iron Man. Like, this'll prove that I'm, like, a good guy to people.
Thanks.
Infamous Iron Man is one of the best books that, like, have come out in the past, like, few years. It's like so interesting and cool and with like really great art.
I tell you what I did like. I liked Superior Iron Man. That was a pretty fun storyline.
Yeah, that was fun with the evil Iron Man.
What are you asking of me here? Do you want me to craft? Is that it?
Thor crafts.
There you go.
I want She-Hulk in the movies. I want them to bring She-Hulk in.
Yeah, Jen would be fun.
Wait, what?
Like I'm wondering how, like when they I guess the only thing that they don't want to, I guess their whole thing is that we don't want to bring in more Hulk stuff because of the whole we don't want to make more Hulk movies, but it's like come on, bring in She-Hulk.
Hey, don't really know what you're expecting of me here. I'm trying to interact, but I guess you don't want me to? Ah, there we go. I almost got it there.
you have to do the jump up special.
The jump up special?
I don't know. You have to like jump on Cap's. Like you're supposed to like jump on Cap's shield.
There you go.
Yay!
Will this collapse after a while? I mean, this is a baby game for babies. Oh, I got it wrong.
Damn it!
I'll just break stuff in impotent rage over here.
But She-Hulk's the one who's not supposed to be rage-filled.
How did she get her powers then?
She got a blood, like, she was like, I think she was like sick, and she got a blood fusion from Bruce Banner, but it's like, uh-oh, Bruce Banner's the Hulk, so she got the Hulk's powers. But she's in control of her, like, Hulk powers.
How does Grey Hulk then work? Explain that to me, Mr. Man.
Grey Hulk was essentially, like, it's another, like, evolution of Hulk. And I think that was one that was like more. I believe like the Grey Hulk is like smarter than regular Hulk. If you're talking about like the current like Grey She-Hulk, that was because like the whole Civil War II thing happened where Bruce Banner died and she got in a coma, so she got really angry. So she's been trying to repress her rage. She's been trying to repress her emotions. So whenever she turns into the Hulk, it's like this green, like completely rage-filled beast.
Why is everyone in comics in a coma for some reason?
Well, she got in a coma because Thanos beat the shit out of her.
Whee! That's terrible, by the way. Sorry, I didn't mean to brush over that.
Well, Civil War II is pretty bad, so it's fine. You can make fun of that. Cap, you're stuck.
Thor's coming down to try and help me. It's fine. I'm Captain America. I can do this.
I just realized, is this the thing from Civil War? Like, the bunker that had all the Winter Soldiers?
Ah, it might be, actually. Sorry, I wasn't paying attention. Thor, can you get off, please? You can fly. There's no reason you need to climb up there. There you go. It's all good.
I'm looking at the door. I'm like, yeah, this looks like where the Winter Soldiers were.
Gotta blow up more stuff. Gotta smash everything.
Shield should be able to smother the flames.
Okay. Pity we didn't have Captain America in the last level to smother those flames then.
Throw the shield.
Oh, I see. There you go. What's Captain America about a bit of shield throwing?
I wish you could do like the tag team moves like in Age of Ultron where you throw the thing to Thor and then he shoots it right back out and it's like all lightning filled.
Alright, what's your opinion on Age of Ultron and what's your least favourite MCU movies so far?
I love Age of Ultron. People give it so much shit.
Well,
I like how different it is. I like how unlike so many other team movies, they actually like keep the team together. And like they work. Oh, that makes all the action sequences really cool. I like when it goes slow. I like when it gets like slow and it like focuses on more on the characters. And least favorite, I would probably have to say Iron Man 2, just because that's the least good of all the movies. Like it's of all the MCU movies, that's the most obviously bad movie, just because doesn't really have a story. It's like doesn't really know what it wants to do.
I would say like Sam Rockwell's entertaining in that.
Well, yeah, Sam Rockwell is amazing in that, but it's like everything else is just like it goes from one thing to the next. Like you can tell it's like it was trying to do the whole demon in a bottle storyline, but then that got cut down. Then it was trying to do all the Avengers like startup stuff, but then that had to be like shoved in.
Okay, I think I may need to charge up a bit more. Oh, you hold it. It's not a tap. Okay. Stuff like that always confuses me. This is a pretty nice looking level so far. Like, I thought we were going to go to Manhattan, but I guess that's just where the hub world is. Yeah, I want to finish this level, and then I think we'll call it. No, I can't destroy it. Why can't I destroy it? Oh, Iron Man, where are you when we need you? Alright, I'll go in here and destroy everything.
So it seems like every level has like a character who can fly, a character who can change size, a character with guns, a character with knives.
Yeah. Okay, do I have to aim this? No, I just have to build. Build, build, build. That's all I do.
Thor doesn't know how to build.
Oh no, I need Captain America. Let me, the guy with just a shield, do this. Nice. It's like a Swiss Army shield. I can dig it.
That was like his weird yellow coat.
Okay, now we're getting somewhere.
Oh, that's cool.
Nice.
Gets a little bit of slow motion and whatnot. That's great.
Now you can beat the shit out of that.
Oh, it feels good, Stefan. It feels real good.
Beat the shit out of it so you could fix it, and you can
Hey,
proceed.
there's an electric charge socket up here. Thor, do you think
Yeah, I had to do a little bit of an edit. Not too much, but, you know, don't want to have my balls displayed on stream, so it's fine. How do you feel about the lightning wisp in Forces?
It was alright. I like using the whip. The flamethrower is still the best.
Yeah, why use any other wisp besides burst? I never got to try...
The hover one was cool. Like, the hover breaks the final level, the final avatar level.
Huh. Don't think I ever got to try that. I never got to try Void, actually, because by then I'd finished the game, so...
I tried Void after I beat the game. Yeah, it was cool.
There you go.
Hooray!
Is that it? Have I done enough to open the door?
Kaboom! It spit out blocks.
It's a Lego game, which means we must build. Fuck you, Olaf.
Is that Olaf? Is that fucking Olaf?
Yeah.
Now he's trying to take over this. First Coco, and now this.
Yeah, that fucking short is 21 minutes long. Jesus.
It's literally a TV short that they're like, oh, I'm almost certain it was like, we don't have any faith in Coco, so we're gonna put a Frozen short in front of it.
Yes,
and
very much so.
That just makes them seem... Kinda makes some Disney seem a little... What's the word? Not caring?
Yeah, I don't know. They want to keep, like, Frozen focused in people's minds, because Frozen 2 is coming out.
Just wait 2 years.
How was Coco, by the way?
I haven't seen Coco yet, but I've heard everyone say it's great.
I'm actually kind of happy about that, because, like, I was not interested about it at all after, like, the first trailer. So, to have it turn out good is very gratifying.
I mean, like, at this point, it's basically like, oh, if an original Pixar movie is actually completed, then it's going to be amazing. Because Brave and Good Dinosaur weren't completed, so that's why they kind of turned out messes. But Inside Out and Coco were completed, and they're amazing, so...
I adore, like... If you've listened to the commentary we did for it, of Inside Out, you'll know how much I adore that film. It's the complete package for me.
It's wonderful. And hopefully it looks like Incredibles 2 will be good, too.
Mm-hmm. Hello.
Oh, there you go. But of course it was a button.
Well, that was certainly fancy.
Did we do it?
I know
I'm
nothing.
pretty sure physics don't work like that, but if it'll continue the mission, I'm A-okay with that. Yeah, we faffed about for a couple of minutes, and when I say we, I mean me, because Stefan's not the one playing. Oh god! I'm covered in green goo, and I'm evil, apparently?
Is Cap gonna turn Hulk? Oh, radioactive. Radioactive America.
Why would the gas turn him against us? Something doesn't
Spider Cap. Spider Cap.
Whoa! That was cool. Is this, like, fear gas or something?
It said radioactive, so I assume it's like maybe Hulk stuff.
Yeah.
This is gonna be Hulk Cap.
I will fly directly into this gas. I fear no poo gas. Oh no. It's okay. I got it. I got it. Ah. Let me guess. Stun him and then use electricity, maybe? Whoa, what the hell is going on with him?
He's going cuckoo bananas.
Jen, maybe you need to help him.
You're a Hulk too.
It's okay, I got this. I got this. I got this. I got this. Oh, I see. Confuse him, maybe. Whoa. There we go. You got to get his shield away from. Of course, you got to get the shield away from Captain America. That's how it works. Thor, help! Sorry, Jen. It was for the greater good.
Hopefully that'll keep him down long enough for us to figure out.
Interesting boss fight.
Someone else is here. I can almost feel a strange.
The presence.
My distinguished guests.
I'm gonna need some help here, Stefan. I don't really recognize this guy.
The presence. I don't even know him.
Wouldn't you like to know?
So I'm gonna find out.
Okay.
To Marvel Wiki, because I'm curious.
You can tell it's like near the end of a part when you have to go to the wiki for stuff.
Bow.
The shield's gone. Now's our chance.
Oh, I'm coming for you, you piece of shit.
You will pay for that insult.
Four? Yeah, there you go. Whee!
You will pay for that insult.
So yeah, presence is Sergei Krylov.
Okay.
It is
Your resistance
what kind of
is
character is he?
Okay, so kill guys, lower shield, hit guy. Yeah, that sounds about right.
He appears to be a like a defender. He's a defender's villain.
Okay.
Just kind of got these weird, crazy like lightning powers. He's actually currently dead.
Well, you know, could be worse. Could be in a coma.
bow before your new master.
Only 39 appearances.
That's not a lot in the grand scheme of comics, honestly.
Yeah, first appearance, Defenders, 1977. Just died. Deadpool works for money.
But we will save you, Captain.
Try to take it easy on him, Thor.
Oh, Cap's back. Shit. That's no es bueno.
He's good again.
Bow before your new master.
Yeah, fuck you, Cap. I've always wanted to do this. I'm actually a communist. Yeah, I was gonna say, where's 4 on this one? There we go. Cap's out again. Now we have our chance.
You will pay for that insult.
Whole lot of poo gas in here. I'm kind of getting worried.
Now you're gonna turn into a Hulk.
That'd be really interesting, actually.
I don't know if there's ever been like a story in which like everyone's like turned into a Hulk. Like I know they're like we had Spider Island where all the characters got spider abilities.
I kind of like that.
I love Spider Island. It's so good.
Maybe I should land before I try to attack. Might help.
Bow before.
There you go.
Hey, he dead.
The collective mind of the presence is no match for Mjolnir.
You right, Cap?
Didn't much care for being a part of it.
Oh well, boo-hoo.
Is that aim?
Threats
Look, Pred's probably aim.
Pitiful fools. Don't you see? This is just a test. My powers are enthralled to a higher command. You will see in time.
Or how about now?
Oh shit. Jen finally gets to do something.
It's good to see you.
Red Guardian. Glad we could be of assistance.
Nice.
Who else? Who else is here? Red Guardian,
This is a
Crimson Dynamo,
technique.
Darkstar.
Can you take some time out from that and radio the Quinjet?
Is this the Squadron Supreme? I think. I'm not familiar with them.
Meanwhile, in Sharkland...
Namor?
It's strange.
Captain Marvel.
Intel on Atuma suggested he didn't have the resources to be any real threat.
Wait, doesn't Captain Marvel have the power cosmic? Why does she need to breathe underwater?
Exactly.
Looks like he's sorted out his cash flow.
Is that Submariner?
Yeah, that looks like should be Namor.
Seaboard.
There's rocks in... What are they doing underwater?
Why would they back Atuma's invasion plans?
She's just petting the shark. That's great.
I just remembered Jude Law got announced as Marvel for the Captain Marvel movie.
That's perfect. Jude Law is Marvel.
Oh, this is a longer level than I actually thought, honestly. So, yeah, I may have to leave it here, because I've got 3 hours of Super Mario Odyssey to record tonight. So, actually, you know what? No, I'll keep playing. I'll just do it to the last story. Alright, now we've got to find 3 more things with these very colourful looking pipes. I'm easily impressed, what can I say? Ah, the power cosmic!
Shoot laser beams.
No problem. Leave this to me.
Oh yeah.
Go, Carol, be better.
And let me guess. This is a job for Tony.
The smart guy.
Wait a minute, all you were doing was pushing down a switch there. Why couldn't Carol have done that?
Because Carol doesn't know how to push switches, I guess.
Apparently.
I wasn't thinking. Sorry, Tony.
Okay. This is a job for Iron Man.
That's one of them set up. 2 to go.
Nice.
Threw a bomb on there and it exploded.
Yeah, that's usually what happens when bombs explode, Stefan.
It didn't even look like it was... That's not Namor.
A tumor? Who the fuck is a tumor?
That's probably a Namor villain. I don't even know that.
There you go. This is how I expect the Captain Marvel movie to go down, honestly. Just Carol punching dudes for like 2 hours.
Punching Krees and Skrulls.
How do you feel about Captain Marvel? Because everything I've read from her has just been kind of dull.
I like Captain... I like her as a character. I've liked her the first... Cause she had a bunch of, like... Her first run, from, the first writer who, took over, when she was Captain Marvel, I really enjoyed that. The second run, the current run of Captain Marvel, I'm not really a fan of. Because I just feel like her with the Alpha Flight is just kind of boring.
Uh-huh.
And everything to do with Civil War 2 with her was just completely terrible.
Oh yeah, there you go. That's what I'm talking about. There's nothing Iron Man can't build underwater.
Underwater? But what about on land?
On land... Actually, it's probably a bit easier to build on land than it is underwater, really.
How does his, repulsor beam even work underwater?
He changed it, obviously. Sorry, Carol. Only the man can push the switch.
He's like, fuck you, I stole the mantle from the man after he died.
Oh, I'll make sure of that.
Oh, I see, so I have to use this to get past. That's kind of cool.
Laser.
I think. Energy shield. There you go.
Neil.
I thought I'd actually walk into the lasers there. I was kind of getting worried.
Yeah.
Let me guess, I have to turn it off, maybe? Or is this one up to me to destroy? Yeah. I could have done that with either character before. It's fine.
It doesn't even explode. It like goes into itself.
Yeah.
And then just kind of combusts.
It's got
just kind of like just goes.
It's fine. Oh wow, he kind of came out of nowhere though.
Boo.
Yeah, good luck with that.
Get off! No, she has a movie coming up. You mustn't.
It's okay. It's in the 90s.
Yeah.
It'll just be past Carol.
Alright, now we just gotta get the red-orange one. Not entirely sure what that is, but it's fine. I gotta say, I like the environmental design for the game. The game looks really nice.
Yeah, it does. A lot of the LEGO games do look pretty nice.
You're watching on Skype at like 15 frames a second, but it's the fort that counts. What the hell is that?
Lockjaw!
Yeah, I was gonna say.
It's like, oh shit, you can play as Lockjaw in this game. He's the real best Inhuman.
What is going on? Why can't I move forward? Is there like an invisible force field here? It's fine. It's not part of the mission anyway. It's meant to be a quick look, not a play the whole game in one sitting look.
This game's probably it's probably like a 10-20 hour game.
Okay, so I guess that's meant to be like yellow then? Because I've done the red, I've done the blue. Ah, here we go. Oh, you think you're tough? Don't worry, Carol, I've got this, it's fine.
I can push a switch.
No, you need me for this. Let me be relevant.
She used her hand powers to pull it open.
Man time. Iron Man time. Oh, there's nothing in here. But is it hidden though?
It's a mystery.
There's a hatch on the ceiling. Think we can destroy it?
Definitely. Can I do it while flying? Hold da 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 da.
Hold the button to shoot the button at the button.
There you go. Booyah.
Kaboom.
And now we can go up. Up. Haha. Hello, bitches. Subaquatic Iron Man. Yeah, this is the hypest arc. I'm dead. But it's a LEGO game, so it doesn't matter. Ooh, what's this? Oh, that's for Kamala. Sick.
Ms. Marvel!
Yeah, Miss Marvel's pretty hype.
Ms. Marvel's one of my favorite characters.
This is for you. Consider it a present.
Okay, that'll do. Let's move.
Oh, we must be near the end of the level if we've accomplished this many objectives. Look at that fucking CGI but not really cutscene.
That's a Tuma's invasion.
Why are you here?
That shark's amazing.
Still doesn't add up. What was a Tuma plan?
We never did have a boss fight.
Watch out. Huh?
Never mind. Who are you? I don't know who you are. I'm too much of a pleb.
I don't want to worry you, but I think I may have just invalidated my warranty.
Let's get back and debrief. There's something big going on.
Poor Iron Man. He goes through so many suits.
That's on him. He builds them. Oh, hey, Ms. Marvel!
This is a fucking long level, but I'm playing it to the end because I said I would.
White Tiger.
Tiger's all powers now. Sorry. Reflex.
Spider-Man.
Friendly neighborhood Spider-Man at your service.
No way. We get Spider-Man in our team? This is so cool.
The concept of like a Marvel fangirl was really fresh at the time, so I think that's why Kamala took off as much as she did. Also the fact that she was a minority character that was written well.
Yep, basically.
You supervillains up ahead too.
Alright, time for Spidey to do everything. I want Kamala in the movies though, for sure.
I feel like after Cap, I've I feel like she's gonna be in like whatever Captain Marvel 2 ends up being. If she doesn't, I'd be surprised.
Oh, more stretchy. That's amazing.
Yeah, she's got amazing like stretchy powers. I mean, it's like we don't really need Mr. Fantastic because she's the best stretchy character we got.
Well, I mean, you got to have the Illuminati and shit. So.
Well, the Illuminati are gone. Well, after what happened during the New Avengers and Secret Wars, Illuminati's probably a bad idea now.
But we'll need to find a way to cross that gap.
Whee! And why I get so excited for pulling something back. Whatever. It's video games, I'm allowed to have fun sometimes.
When she mentioned her fanfic, oh, we had the ball! Yeah, and she can turn small as well.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. I just have too much fun with these things sometimes.
I was gonna say there was an issue where she's like looking up online and she sees like someone wrote a fan fiction of herself being shipped with both Miles and Nova, and she complained to the like not as herself, but she was complaining like, oh, like why is this thing on here? Miss Marvel would never do that. They're just friends.
Interesting.
And then at the end you find out the person who wrote that fanfic was Miles. Like she doesn't know, but it's like, and then the funniest thing is that the moderator, who is like the moderator of the fanfic forum, is Agent Coulson.
Sure, I'll live with it. Oh, Shocker! He was in Homecoming.
Shocker!
He never wore a costume though, which I found odd because I could have sworn I saw like leaked photos of him wearing the costume.
Yeah, no, there was like a picture of him wearing the costume. Also, there were two Shockers.
Yes, there were.
There was the first Shocker, who, spoiler alert, got killed, and then they're just like, you're the Shocker now.
I'm coming for you. Yeah, stretchy powers.
Shocker!
You can't escape me! I'll chase you to the ends of the earth! Yeah, Herman Schultz. These, what the? Oh my god, Mysterio!
Mysterio!
Why isn't he in the movies?
He was supposed to be in Spider-Man 4.
Well.
Played by Bruce Campbell.
Oh, that would have been perfect. Bruce Campbell, obviously, he was in Spider-Man 2. He was also
and 1 and 3.
Yeah, he was the narrator for the movie series of games, which I always thought was great.
Oh, really? I didn't know that. I didn't pay attention to that. I didn't realize that he narrated the movie games.
Oh yeah, you should do those for FTCR. I'm surprised you haven't.
Well, they did Shatter. I don't know what they have planned for. I mean, I would do a Spider-Man 2 movie game, but I don't know if they got planned anything of that. They did do Shattered Dimensions a while ago.
Interesting.
Which did have Mysterio in it.
Yes, it did. Was I meant to do that? I guess we'll find out soon.
They're fighting tiny Mysterios.
There you go.
Jump on the trampoline.
That looks like a... Yeah, I was going to say that's the Miss Marvel symbol. I'm tiny! Go away. Fucking bull.
It's like Homer's ability in the Simpsons game.
Skadoosh. Alright, round 2.
You're not Poe.
I should probably play as White Tiger. I barely know anything about her. She was in the Ultimate Spider-Man cartoon, which I watched for a little bit.
I don't really like the White Tiger in the Spider-Man cartoon. The most I know about the White Tiger was in the most recent New Avengers. Where there's like two White Tigers. There's one who like has abilities, then her abilities get stolen, and then because one of the White Tigers was resurrected by the Hand, and then she ends up destroying the abilities, so now there's like two White Tigers, but they don't have any powers. It's confusing.
Oh, you're not Michael Keaton. What I liked about the movie games, actually, the first one anyway, is depending on what version you played, I think you got a different, like, level and villain. Like, Kraven the Hunter was the Xbox one, I believe, and I had the GameCube one, so I had Vulture.
Some fresh prey for Kraven the Hunter.
Kraven the Hunter.
Are you alright?
I think I'm going to kick a lion in the face, if I can get to him.
Things to worry about now?
First, let
Where
us
is he?
see how you heroes survive in the wild.
Ah! Kraven!
Nice, kitty.
We need Squirrel Girl for this.
Okay, I will say yes, on the condition that it's not the comics one with her own series, because oh, it's rough.
But Squirrel Girl in that comic series is friends with Kraven.
I mean, sure.
That's what.
But the art is hideous, and I hate it.
It works in context.
Does it? Does it really?
Yeah, with the style of humor that it's going for, it works. Like her art is kind of like it works better in like the context mixed with everything than as just individual art. Especially with that series, 'cause I know she did the art as well for the Jughead book, and that didn't really work for me.
What do you know?
Just because it's going for that art, like her art for the Jughead book was going for like the Archie style, but in like her style, and it didn't work at all. But this is like her own complete unique style, so I'm like, oh, it works for that.
Oh my gosh, she's huge! All right, Kraven, let's go.
It just turned huge. It just smashed Kraven like a bug.
Yeah. Ah, you cannot stop me. I'm Mr. Fantastic, but better.
You cannot hope to defeat me.
Ow! You cannot hope.
If he gets eaten by his own lion, that'll show him that hunting and poaching never pays. Now let's play as Spidey for a bit. Sorry, White Tiger.
Spidey blew up.
Let us see how you deal with this.
Here he comes! Look out!
This is a weird adaptation of Kraven's Last Hunt.
Oh, what you like? Balls are once again on display here, but it's cool. I'm winding down now. It's fine. I died again. Again, there's no life, so what does it matter?
Sure seems to like saying his name. Does he think we've forgotten it or something?
Does he think we've forgotten it?
Oh, meta humor. So what do you think about this Switch version of Marvel Infinite? Pretty downgraded.
Well, at least there's more characters in this version.
Yeah, like you've got Kraven, you've got Miss Marvel, you got White Tiger, you've got Kraven's henchman, which I thought was pretty cool.
Like I mean, like with in Infinite, like if you're going to like not do like stuff like not use the X-Men or not use like all those characters, there are still like all these other like new like Marvel characters that you could use. Like I think. Or even, like, my whole thing, what my wish was is just go out and make a Marvel Cinematic Universe fighting game. Like, literally, like, you take all the heroes and villains from the movies, you even take the Netflix characters, you take some of the ABC show characters, like that would be amazing. Like, if you just go full out and, like, just make, like, this is the Marvel Cinematic Universe characters.
I don't know. I mean, well, for starters, you wouldn't have, you know, the hype of the Marvel series, so...
Doc Ock!
What do you think of Superior Spider-Man?
I really like Superior Spider-Man.
So...
Now you face an altogether superior adversary.
I think Slott is he's a damn good story writer. Even though he occasionally ends up not the best character writer. Like, he has a tendency of sometimes, like, taking a character and writing them completely out of character just to serve the story. Like, I want to write this story, but in order to write the story, I need to have this character do this thing, even though they wouldn't really do it.
I think he's just going to keep coming after me until I get some stuff built. I'll see what I can do.
Go, Tiny, go hide Ms. Marvel.
Ah! I can do it! I'm in pushing mode. You cannot stop me.
Her giant hands.
I'd rather not.
Oh, my ball!
If it's all the
Run.
I literally rolled out of the way. Is that for Spidey? That's just that was just a collectible. Okay, Spidey. Spidey is the one who should be dealing with Spidey villains. That's it, I'm gone. See ya.
I'm out of here.
Spider-Man runs away from a fight. Daily Bugle exclusive.
No, Spider-Man in league with Doc Ock. That's the Daily Bugle exclusive.
I must grow big. Get swole. I'm coming for you.
I guess it's also just so weird seeing a Lego piece, like, round.
Can't tell if I'm actually doing anything to him. I guess I'll just... Yeah, okay. I'll
His
just
health is going down.
I'll just keep attacking him, I suppose. There you go.
How is this possible? My genius knows no limit.
Why are you in a machine? On your arms enough?
Defeating him after all.
Because he's an egotist.
I guess. How do you feel about, like... Is he back? Like, because I know he physically died.
Because what happened was that he died but he was inside Peter's brain, but then he realized he couldn't save the day, so he gave up his life to have Peter take over the body again. But then a past version of him had uploaded his brain into this device, which then uploaded itself into a computer, which was then resurrected his body in the Clone Conspiracy, which he then got a new body currently. So now he calls himself the Superior Octopus, and he doesn't look like Doc Ock anymore. He's like this really skinny, like he kind of looks like the Joker. He kind of looks like a Joker without his makeup on. Like that's the most like similar thing it looks to me.
I can't believe this is working.
Just the bum rush tactic.
There we go. Ah. That's from Kung Fu Panda.
Oh yeah, that's right.
I don't think it's a coincidence because Kamala clearly says skadoosh earlier.
Yep.
How I'd have written it. I mean, taking down 5 supervillains in it.
She's so precious, pure.
You've no idea of the machinations in play. He's coming, and you will all...
No one likes a sore loser. Seriously. You two head back to HQ and give a full report to Wasp.
Who's voicing Spider-Man in this game? Do you have the cast list?
Let me try and find it.
You just want to dodge
Selfie. There was the episode of Avengers Assemble where, because I didn't really watch a lot, but then I went to go watch the episode that Ms. Marvel was in. Like, the voice was where, like, they got, like, it down really well. Although I kind of got distracted because there was Jim Cummings as Ghost in there, and that was just so perfect that it got distracted. It distracted me from Kamala in there. Because for some reason IMDb lists the cast, but they don't list who plays each person, so...
I am Kang the Conqueror.
Yeah, I can't seem to find it here. Damn it.
And your city will fare no better. Let your fabled Avengers...
Do you know Howard the Duck's in this game?
Well...
So that also makes it the best.
I don't know about Howard the Duck. I read the first issue of, like, the newer one. I say new. It was new at the time I read it, but...
the most recent Howard the Duck.
It was pretty good. I liked it.
Yeah, it's great.
But the last purple-hatted cosmic tyrant that came here didn't fare too well against us.
Groot.
This is how I can do better. Super big shiny laser.
I need to check on S.H.I.E.L.D. What's left of it?
Guys.
Okay, that's not good. Nice little Guardians of the Galaxy reference back there. Dun 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 dun. This is a long level. I'm surprised how long it's been going on so far, but Manhattan's been nuked, so I'm assuming that's the end of it, no? Spider-Man, no more. No more tomorrows. I'm assuming that's a reference as well.
I believe so.
Alright, so yeah, that was level 2. The first couple levels in LEGO Marvel Superheroes 2. How do you find it so far, mate? Just watching it?
It looks pretty cool.
It's a bit chaotic, but then again, aren't all LEGO things. This is definitely the best one I've played, out of the 3 I've played, but I had a lot of fun. I wouldn't mind doing this as a full playthrough down the line, maybe in February or March or something. Oh my god, that is a lot of characters. Jeez.
Damn.
Okay, it's getting a bit much now. Look at all these guys. Alright. Oh, thank you for forming around me. I appreciate that.
Spider-Woman.
Spider-Gwen!
Call me Gwen.
Gwen? Okay, I think there's some dimension distorting going on here.
Hey, they recognize each other.
People of Manhattan, welcome to Chronopolis.
So I guess he's making his own world or something then. It's not enough to just take over someone else's world. You gotta take bits and pieces of it and make your own.
So that's literally the plot of Secret Wars.
They shall find life a challenge in my world of worlds.
Oh, he's just loving that shit.
Chronopolis?
World of Worlds? What do you suppose that means?
Sweet.
It'll have to wait.
Thought they wouldn't appear again outside Shattered Dimensions, honestly.
You're a goblin?
No, looks from the future.
We're just waiting for Miguel.
So, what's the story here?
Aw. Sorry guys, but I said I'd finish that level and this is a new one, so thank you so much to Deimos for pledging and getting this quick look off the ground. I very much would like to turn this into a fully fledged playthrough down the line. I'm going to flash up the credits now. Thanks to everyone who's pledged and whatnot. If you want your own quick look, head on over to our Patreon, patreon.com/HellfireComms. Check out the highest tiers. The top 2, you can get a quick look of your choice, but one of them is like a one-time only thing, and the other can be recurring if you keep paying and such. And yeah, thanks for watching, guys, and thank you, Stefan, for joining me. Your comic book lore has been invigorating.
No probs.
Alright, guys, we'll see you next time for another HSU Quick Look. Bye-bye.